Oh my god.
Oh,
That was Harden.
that was genius. That was just
Okay, so who all went down from the travesty like before?
I think it had to be me.
The early hours of a bleak winter morning, November 9th, 2010, held this match, which would be memorialized as my first ever on Call of Duty Black Ops 1. The seemingly endless months of teases and trailers building up to this exact moment had groomed me for what I expected to be an otherworldly experience, perhaps one only a naive, imaginative preteen could conjure. Expectations were met, and while to this day I may unoriginally refer to this game in the all too familiar internet benchmarks of best Call of Duty, it seems impossible to imagine that retroactive foresight during the months of what would be my most consumed COD game. Best COD ever, a phrase that mainly embodies the causation of game design mechanics on one's level of enjoyment, a seemingly simple metric, one that can be analyzed and endlessly debated as it frequently is. With a topic as habitually discussed as this one, why can we never seem to reach a consensual agreement as to what makes a Call of Duty good? We can argue this and that till we're blue in the face. But what if the key ingredient in this passion is not rooted in external dev decisions, but rather internally within ourselves? An unmeasurable, unlinear X factor, so to speak, may be referred to as nostalgia. No one would love to spew endless tales of finessing literally millions of COD points out of others' hands in wager matches more than I would. But maybe this warm, deep, familiar feeling I have become accustomed to when thinking of this past shouldn't be attributed to a game mode or map and gun design. In the year 2020, I consider myself a lot of things. However, back in 2010, at most I was simply a school kid. You see, for me, Black Ops came out in a time of minimum responsibility and effortless enjoyment. A time where my life revolved around mostly only the things that brought innocent pleasure, much like many of our lives as kids. So maybe the merit of Black Ops wasn't necessarily all handcrafted at Treyarch Studios. Maybe there are some kudos to be attributed to me. Kudos to me for a young preteen to let myself get lost in a game that was somehow not perfect yet seemed handcrafted just for me. Kudos to me for letting myself be passionate towards something that gave me joy, which, unbeknownst to me at the time, was an act that would become increasingly more difficult as the years went on. We are all on our personal journeys, balancing the ever-changing path of life. To rate and judge another's craft based on our own personal environmental circumstances seems all but fair. Yet I think it's an unintentional action the COD community elicits. You see, our enjoyment of Call of Duty over the years has always been tangent with the life through which we enjoy it from. To reminisce over the CODs that have faded in relevance is synonymous with simply saying, I miss my childhood. One must be able to depart from their rose-tinted glasses if they ever wish to obtain the levels of past enjoyment they so often yearn for. Today, to have been so sentimental over a video game may seem ludicrous to some. However, this failure to differentiate between the gameplay we loved from the life we loved is a mindset that could tarnish much more than our perception of Call of Duty. While life should be a healthy balance of indulging in the past, anticipating the future, and appreciating the present, it seems the latter is all but too often neglected. In the words of Andrew Bernard, I wish there was a way to know you're in the good old days before you've actually left them. As I ponder the experiences I've had but will never get back, I reflect on the many pleasures in my life at this very moment. Amongst those passions, I look towards Modern Warfare and know that the dedication and expertise embodied within this game will one day commence a new age of good old days. And for that, all I have left to say for Modern Warfare is, Freeze this moment a little bit longer.